The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
Young Blue as well. Set it off, time to set it off. Let me see your mouth, what the lift your shoulder, lift your shoulder. If you don't give a damn, gon' throw it up. If you don't give a damn, gon' throw it up. I was getting some head, getting some head. I was getting some head. When they see me off in traffic, they say Jeezy on some other shit. We some bad fun. We are not bad. We some bad fun.
No homo.
Mix baby. Lollipop, lollipop. Breast is just like Dolly Parton. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? Why turn down when you can turn up? when you can keep your perfect Champions League record going. Yeah. Or you can Erling Haaland returns to training to go to the Beranabeu and do his thing. The champions of Europe versus the champions of the world. Or you could be Bam Adebayo putting 83 points on the goddamn board. So much to get into tonight, this evening. On the nice and decent people. Good morning from me to you.
Good morning.
It's a wet and warm morning. It's wet, but it's warm. Normally when something is wet and warm, it's good. But it's a wet and warm morning in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. Champions League football knockout phase 1 gave us some crazy headlines yesterday. Shock results. Some ties are over, some it's just halftime. Today, Arsenal Football Club get to do their business. Chelsea, Liverpool, PSG, that's going to be a cracker. I'm kind of glad that our game is played first so we can do our thing and put our feet up. But there's a backside to that. There's a backside to the madness that should we shit the bed today. We have to watch them other men do their thing in pain. We can watch it with the thrill of victory if Arsenal Football Club do their business today. But good morning to everyone, man. I hope everyone is good and well. You know what I'm saying? Good, well, fully fed. Fuck that all them something there. Big up to Guna Rican. I'm sorry, brother. I was here earlier. I set up the stream for the wrong time. Big up to my G, Guna SC. Got your bracket locked in. Now, full disclaimer for the bracket that we did yesterday for bracketology. If everyone's bracket is busted, everyone who sent me a bracket yesterday for the grand prize of $500 US. If your bracket is blown up, if nobody wins it at the quarterfinal, we'll do another one. But the prize money will go down. We'll do another bracket at the quarterfinal stage, and we will reevaluate. But then the prize money will be slightly less. It won't be 5, maybe 3. Yeah, fair. That's what we work with. So big up to everyone who sent their picks in. You know, manners and respect. Big up to Jam Boy, the real DJ. I just practice on the mixer. I don't really do my thing. You know, I leave the professional. I let the professionals do their thing. But big up Jam Boy, man. I hope you're good, my G. Thank you for being here. Big up to Terrell Gunner, the young lad. That's your moniker, my friend. We're going to call you the young lad. Yeah, not the young gunner, but the young lad. Big you up. Big up to man like Sheldon. However bad you think Tottenham is, I'm here to tell you that they're worse than that. You know what, Sheldon? Someone convinced them, man, that they were a big club, and they actually believed it. Like someone lied to them. You know, it's like modern day feminism, where they lie to the women and they feed them all this bullshit, and then it's too late by the time they figure it out. They done hit the wall. They're old in a career that they hate, a career that they told was going to make them happy, and they're going to find joy as they forfeit their families. Then they find out they're 42 in a dead-end job with no family. It happens to so many of them when they hit the damn wall and they realize, oh, shit, we've been lied to. Tottenham fans were lied to. They were convinced that they were a big club, and it was validated last year when they won the Europa League and did all the madness. All Oh God. And I'm here for it, you know. This is beautiful to watch. There is no one, not even Tottenham fans, that expected them to win yesterday, except for Deji. Because Deji and Jay and Ash, the three Tottenham fans that frequent the never off house space because no one can find George anywhere, they said there's a slither of hope that they can get through. I'm like, brother, what the fuck? A slither of hope, you know. That's what the man said. Yeah, they're worse than that. And this is what I say, right? The table lies. The table does lie, even though it's match week 30 or 40, whatever. The damn table lies, brother. Because they are the worst team. They're worse than Wolves. Statistically speaking, Wolves are at the bottom of the table. But if Tottenham and Wolves are playing right now, it don't even have to be a neutral ground. I am backing Wolves to win it. Wolves took a draw out of us. They beat, they beat Villa. And they just had another crazy result that they did a madness. Beat us, drew with us, beat Villa, and they beat someone else. Liverpool. Yeah. So they damn sure have something for Tottenham. Big up to the BX Gunner, man. If I saw, man said, sources to the club have reported that Mikhail was bumping DMX, the visitors in the locker room. You know what? After he's played that, if he shit the bed today, this is what I'm gonna start talking about some DMX. This is what I'm gonna be running. Yeah, that's what it's gonna feel like if we fuck this up. Leverkusen, you know. Big up to the assembled. Hope you're good, my G. Manners and respect to you. Mateo in the house, the girl, them sugar. Big you up, my G. Big up the girl, them sugar. The girl, them man. Hey, the Puerto Rican is back. Said work is nice and lax. And that's calm, man. You know, I do miss work. I do miss the office. But for right now, it's all about chilling and waiting for the World Cup to kick off. I'm going back into the workforce after the World Cup ends. At the earliest. You know, like that. Big up, man. Go to SC, say the keyword years in a row of finishing second. I am so traumatized by that word. I'm trying to avoid that keyword at all costs, you know. Can't be with the gang, but big up, man. Big up, Sheldon. Manners and respect, my G. Appreciate you popping in, man. And thank you for being here. Wet and warm. There's no pause, bro. There is no pause for that wahaha. I got my wife upstairs. You know, that was a compliment to the wife, brother. Not wahaha. Mateo, that ain't no pause, brother. You know. Pause is some GAY shit, some Diddy shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no pause when it's, you know what I mean? Got you, though. Spurs doing Spurs things. What Arteta play shy ball against a rubbish team. This is a Champions League fixture. So Arsenal is going to surprise us. Not surprise us, really, because in the Champions League, we've been good. Our best performances this season, if you look at our performances holistically in all comps, our best performances are our Champions League performances this season, right? So, fresh in my memory, the Villa game at the Emirates and both North London derbies are the two games that we looked great. We didn't even look great in some of the blowouts, like the 3-0 versus Forest or the 5-0 versus 5-0 and 3-0 versus Forest and Leeds. Those games as well. But our best performances, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, the San Siro away. Champions League, we perform well in that competition. You know? And there is, in the knockout round, we will not find an easier matchup. And I say, and easy, I use the term loosely, than Leverkusen on this side, because I think Bodo Glimt can give anyone a game, as they have proven that they can. Maybe even Sporting can give us a game. They have proven that they can give anyone a game. They've proven that they can. Atletico is doing their thing. And even Newcastle gave Barca something to think about next Wednesday. You know what I mean? Big you up, man. 83 from Bam. You know what? I look at 83 points is 83 points. You know, it's a big deal. But when you look at the context and you see Eric Spoelstra was fouling Wizards players when they were up 40. And so he took 43 free throws, bro. It's like it was this 83 points. It's manufactured. He started hot. I think he had 31 in the first quarter, 40 something after two, 60 something after three, and there was something building there. But when you're fouling, it's kind of like when the Ricky Sutton back in the day threw his own his own missed shot. He threw it up at the rim to get another rebound to get a triple double. Part of it is manufactured. So Kobe's 81 was better. Listen, Wahaha, I know you have your issues with Kobe, but I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I separate the basketball from whatever the fuck he did. I don't go to sports for my morality. So when I talk about Kobe, I'm talking about the player. You know what I'm saying? All that other fuckery. I'm here to tell you, some of your favorite athletes do some fucked up shit behind closed doors. So love all that. Big up to Joins. Manners and respect. Yaga P in the house. Love my G. Looking forward to getting you on back for the reaction later. Did you see the comedy show yesterday? Completely freestyled the whole game. Now, the Kinski fallout, right? The fallout from the Kinski thing with the slips. Why the hell didn't he sub out Van de Ven? Because I didn't even get this. I didn't even know Van de Ven had a slip. The keeper had two slips. He gets subbed out. He wasn't at fault for the second goal. That was Van de Ven slipping. You know what I mean? Van de Ven. Remember Van de Ven and Ramiro was supposed to be better than Saliba and Gabriel. Vicario was better than Ryan Ramsdale. And Udogi was the best left back in the league according to Fuad Kadani and shit. And Pedro Porro was better than Benjamin White. That's all of them motherfuckers going down. And it's beautiful to see. They're going down in style, 2-1. Go ahead and slap you for that. City 3-1 Madrid and 3-1 Chelsea. So yesterday, let the record show people that yesterday, Guna SE predicted everybody to win, all the big teams to win. And today he predicted everybody to win but Arsenal. So now I'm catching on that it's really, reverse psychology madness, Big up to the assemble. Ecstasy, what you telling me? 1-1, I'm feeling it. The PTSD runs deep. PTSD is real, but I don't think we lose to this bunch. I think 1-1 versus Everton, I would hear it. I would hear that pick, that prediction, and I was like, shit, that's not a crazy take. We drew 0-0 to Forest. We drew what? Forgot some of our damn draws. Drew Liverpool at home. We've had some bad results. Sunderland. But I don't think we draw this game. You know what I'm saying? If we draw this game, I still think we get through. You see how I see Liverpool lost yesterday, but I still think on the run of play at Anfield, they would actually advance. But we're not drawing this game. Surely we're getting by this bunch. Are we not? Godfrey, the legendary Godfrey, big you up, man. Big up to LFC Monster. I'm curious to know what LFC Monster's pick is. Because yesterday, brother, I was fair to you. I said 2-2. I gave you a point. And I still think you go through. So, what you saying for the Asta? Big up to the mod god, AJ. Glad you're back with us, my friend. Hopefully everything is good. Yeah, I talk about your Bam. He shot 43 free throws. Michael, Kobe, Kyrie, Derrick Rose, all guys who used to attack, even LeBron, guys who attack the rim ferociously, never shot 43 free throws. When you're up by 40 and you're fouling so he can get an extra possession, that's what I mean by it's manufactured. You know what I mean? And it's the Wizard. I'm sorry, E. Ross, but it's the Wizards. The Toronto team wasn't trash. I'm big up to Bam. Bam is a good player. Like, you don't get 31 points in the first half, if you're a shit player at any level. So he did his thing. But come on. You're fouling. He shot 22 threes, and you're fouling when you're up by 40. So come on, Spoelstra. But I'm a diabolical Miami Heat hater. There's one team in the league that I hate more than the Miami Heat, and that is the Indiana Pacers. And them fuckers are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and it's beautiful to see. And I think they lost last night to Someone beat them. And the team that beat them is another shit team. I think they got like 15 wins this season. But big up to Bam. Bam did his thing. It's not his fault Eric Spoelstra decided to water down his night. But clearly they were pushing for him to get 81 or better for obvious reasons. Pick you up, man. Like warm apple pie. You know what I'm saying? There's no pause there. Warm apple pie. The difference is you eat pie. I guess you can eat some other stuff that's warm and wet and warm. As for Arsenal, I hope there is no injuries tonight because we can't afford that with the League Cup final coming up. And this is a great segue in why I think we have to go there and end the tie, AJ. We have to do a Bayern, go to Atalanta and end the tie early, right? Because if you are that Atalanta coach, like how do you motivate these guys to go to the Allianz Arena down 5 goals? What do you tell them? Surely this is a game where you run out like the kids or some shit, because that will be the most pointless second leg ever. We have to go there, and I'm not saying do a PSV Eindhoven 7-1, but I am saying do a PSV Eindhoven and end the tie. I think anything over 2 goals ends this. We go there, we beat Leverkusen 3-0, it's over. We don't have to put 6 on the board like Bayern. And with the League Cup coming right after, right, the League Cup game, the League Cup final being the subsequent game after the return leg, I do expect, if the tie is done and dusted, like the Tottenham tie, like the Atalanta tie, there should be some good rotation there. And that will give us an indicator of just how fresh and fit and the mindset of the players going into Sunday, March 22nd. Okay, that is a massive day in the season of Arsenal Football Club, because we are postured from where we are to have our best season ever, or the biggest meltdown ever, or somewhere in between, right? Well, the 3 scenarios. Arsenal will win 2 trophies, 1 trophy, or none. If you ask Boy 10, if you ask Tony, it's 3 or 4. If you ask KP, it's 3 or 4. I'm still thinking with 2. And the 2 that I'm talking about is the cups that I picked us to win back in the summer. I'm not sold on the league yet. The dopamine is still floating around, but I'm not, it's football comes at you quickly. And we know that. I'm sure he is somewhere, AJ. I'm sure he is. We got to wrap up this tie early so we can afford to make some changes. Yes, Godfrey, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I got you, Ahaha. But, we were talking about Bam. There was no need to bring him up. Let the dead rest. Bam is my guy. Miami over there. But you know what? They are losing their shit, because if you go to LA, you have fans of him that will damn near fight you if you don't put him in certain conversations. Like he has a cult following. But yeah. 83, and that's the thing, right? If you just woke up this morning and saw that he dropped 83, you would thought he went down and bang, bang, bang. Nah, brother. The coach manufactured, I want to say, 20 of those fucking points, and it was clear that he was trying to get to the 81 mark. Like in the old NBA, you're up by 40 and you're fouling the other team to get extra possession. Anyhow, Bam went to the rim, someone would have knocked him the fuck out. 43 free throws, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's Shaq, who got fouled on every play, never shot 43 free throws. You know what I'm saying? So keep the conversation honest. That's what we do here. Big up to James Bond. Anas Amanas, Maji. Nah, I don't hear that. If the Wizards didn't foul Bam, no. Bam is a top player, AJ. What I'm saying is Spoelstra was fouling the Wizards to stop the clock so they could get extra possessions when they were up by 40 already. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those points were manufactured that way. That's the part of it that I don't respect. If he had ended with 60-something, 70-something, because over the past 10 years, Luka has hit 70. I think Embiid has hit 70. But those points, the team needed every single one of them to win the game. They were up by 40. Bam shouldn't even have been in the game still. You know, imagine he rolls his ankle on one of them threes when he was at 75 points. Then he misses the playoffs because you're trying to do some bullshit. You know, is it calm to put a YouTube short link in the chat? Yeah, go ahead, man. Drop it in. Drop it in. If I click the short, it's gonna take me to the actual window though. It's not like I can and yeah, I guess I could share the screen if it's funny or it's if it's not cringe. Big up to the world champion hosting the European champions tonight. What you telling me, Brian? What you going for? You win this tie? Because you're away, right? Yeah. So I think PSG wants to go back to Stamford Bridge with something. They don't want to go to Stamford Bridge on a deficit, you know. And this is one I do think if it's a close game in the end, Chelsea might get through. PSG might be looking at this as well, but like, you know, we need to end this tie in the first leg on our home turf because we don't want to go back to. We don't want to make it a cagey game in London, you know. Big up, man. Where Dappin's going through. Nah, man. Y'all are the comedians. Y'all make me laugh on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Godfrey said he's feeling a 4-1 for Arsenal for some reason. The reason is this is the Champions League and we play well. We typically play well. Let me have a glimpse at this. What? No, I can't get it from the StreamYard studio. I'll have to go into. I have to go into the YouTube thing. Okay, I'm watching it now. Oh yeah, I might have to share this. Monster. Let me pause that. And let me share my screen real quick and see if we can pull that up for the audience. Goddamn. Technology. There we go. Let's see what we're working with.
How? Well, Haaland. What's his name?
Yorkshire, yeah.
What the bloody hell am I doing in Hull? Hull? Well, Haaland. What's his name?
Yorkshire, yeah.
What the bloody hell am I doing in Hull? Hull?
Yes, sir. That's the story. Oh shit! Let me just stop this. That's the story of Tottenham. It's happening, people. I know everyone is jumping on the board now. That is popular to say, but they are going down, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's fully happening, and I'm here for it. We're all here for it. Big up for that, monster. God for feeling 4-1. I like that score. I think that ends the tie. I really do. Older fraud linked to Juve and Inter. Links. If we're gonna be bringing all those midfielders that them are saying, you know, Rogers and Tonali and Wharton and all these other men, then yeah, there will be no space in the team for Odegaard unless he wants to be the new El Neni and ride the bench. But on the money that he's on, we can't afford that. Big up to the man like the General Panigong, you know. Big you up. Love my G. Nah, man. Leverkusen are bad, Wahaha. They are bad, bro. Clean sheets is not their thing. You know, they are so bad. There's no way. If I'll feel some type of way if we concede against this bunch. You would imagine whatever happens tonight, you would be too strong at home for Leverkusen in the second leg. Yeah. Just because of the final comes after the second leg, right after, I kind of don't want a whole bunch of effort. I don't even, you know, end the tie tonight. Do a Bayern, do an Atleti, and end it. Big up to K-Pass Pausa, Guna Regan. Big up, man. Bigging up Dow. I was spoiled for tears yesterday. Expressions and Deji. I've never seen pain mixed with excuses. Makes me laugh so much. They were convinced they are a big club. They were. And it all comes crashing down on them. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Hold on 1 minute. Bam is not a scorer at all. So if he can drop 83, don't tell me Will's record is unbreakable and can definitely. Nah, he can't. Will's record was set in 1962. Kobe did 81 in 06. That was 20 years ago. Going into the playoffs, I think Miami are into the playoff picture. Like in a playoff game, the intensity goes up a notch. You know, this was like a lunar eclipse for Bam, and I'm happy for the brother because I do think Bam is a good player, 2-time All-Star, I think. But you know, Wilt did this without shooting any threes. It was all 2-point buckets. Bam shot 22 threes. 22 of them. Like, those are Steph Curry numbers. And Steph don't even shoot 22 threes these days. And if Steph ain't shooting 22 threes, nobody should shoot 22 motherfucking threes. Out of respect for Steph. Steph make it look, how Kenny says, Steph-less. Arsenal comfortable 2-0, City 3-1. PSG 3-2. We do know that the game is at the Beranabeu, right? We know that it's not at the Etihad. So City have a game on their hands today. You know what I mean? Guilty says, Jam Boy. Yeah, AJ is a big Heat fan, man. He thinks D Wade is the GOAT. So you and AJ just became new best friends. In years to come, history will show Bam scored 83 points, not how he got them. And that's what I'm saying. But we are students of the game. Well, I am. Basketball. So in years to come, there is going to be a Liverpool fan that's telling you that Florian Wirtz is better than Suarez or better than Mo Salah because he's going to have a game where he does a madness. And you are going to be like, sit down, shut the fuck up. I lived through this. I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's the people who live through the moments and support the team all the way. Because right now, if you put like Egal and Kenny Ken on a panel, Egal will just talk shit about recent times when Kenny Ken can tell you what led up to what led up to what, and what led up to what. You know what I mean? But we are the I'm not gonna call us gatekeepers, but we've been there and we've done that, and we know that these things matter. You know what I mean? So 83, cool. And move on. You think so? Blunder always lose that are beyond belief. But he can't even find a way to mess this up. Even he can't find a way to mess. Oh Lord, hold my beer. This is not the year for Mikhail to be on some hold my beer shit. You know what I mean? If he loses tonight, honestly, at that point, just focus on the league, the cup final, and the Prem. We're getting by Leverkusen, guys. I know that the shackles will be, but it's Leverkusen. We're top for a reason. We earned our way here. We earned our way here so we could get a team like Leverkusen where the matchup favors us. Not going to call it easy, but the matchup highly favors us. And I fancy us to go through. And that's no dopamine. Now, dopamine will hit across the masses if we go through and it's a punch up. Like if we punch these men up proper, then you will hear best team in Europe again and all this other shit from the likes of man like Christian and that. Yeah. Eat the pum pum like you're starving, man. Yeah. Puerto Ricans eat a lot of pum pum, It's your thing. And I'm saying, I'm not in anyone's bedroom. I'm just saying, brother, make sure if you're going downtown, make sure it's your city. That's what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? 2014, 2015. So, yeah, so you saw it. So you didn't see the back-to-backs. Well, you saw one of them because 2015, the Warriors won it. No, you didn't see any because 2014, the Spurs won it. Yeah, Heat won the championship 2012 when they beat the Thunder, and 2013 when they beat who the fuck they beat in the 2013 finals? The Spurs. But then the Spurs came back in 2014 and took it. Then LeBron went back to Cleveland and Golden State arrived, and the rest is history. I think City have won the domestic treble this season. Nah, I think we win the League Cup, so I'm ruling that out. You know what I mean? I'll always enter him in certain conversations. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's all good, my friend. All good. He was drawing fouls. Now, Eric Spoelstra was instructing the team to foul Wizards players on purpose to get possession back so Bam could run up the score. Wilt didn't do that for the 100. Kobe didn't do that for the 81 is what I'm saying. I respect the shit out of Bam because you still have to go make the damn shots, innit? Now, the coach can do all this shit, but he still had to make the shots, so I'll big him up for that. But, 83 today and 83 back then is different. 22 threes, bro. He shot 22 threes, I'm going to shut that argument down. Clay had 60 points in 27 minutes and played, and he said, let me chase. And Steve said, no, yeah, but that's because Steve Kerr is an NBA champion coach. Spoelstra isn't. There's a level. Like, Steve Kerr is Steve Kerr. Spoelstra doesn't sit at the table. Well, yeah, Spoelstra does have the back-to-back with Miami, but you know what I'm saying? He hasn't won without Bron. He doesn't sit at the same coaching table with Kerr. And Clay is a three-point specialist. That's what he does. That's Clay's game. And Clay needed every single one of those. Because he had the hot hand. But Kerr wasn't fouling and giving extra possessions to Clay because he doesn't need it. Clay didn't need extra possessions to do that. You know what I'm saying? I am a Miami Heat hater, 100%. So a lot of like 70-point games from Booker and all kind. Yeah. Booker, Embiid has one, and Luka has one. Luka may have two. But the fact that these 70-point games are happening more frequently tells you that it's just easier to score in this league. It's not like we didn't know that. But I wasn't a big fan of that 81-point game either. You know what I mean? Because we already knew that he was a selfish player. Oh, my days. Yeah, the 83 points is a motherfucker. It's leading Sports Center today with the 83 points. Big up to Yaga P, man. Manners and respect. Liverpool and United games. But I didn't see a big meltdown from the Liverpool bunch. Because I do believe they believe that they go through, and I agree with them. I think they unfuck themselves at Anfield. Gala is not at the level to keep Liverpool at bay for 90 minutes. They were so wasteful yesterday, man. Never predict Chelsea. It's bad luck. Okay, fair play. And I think what Guna SC is doing is predicting every other team to win, Arsenal to lose, because that feeds into his superstition of luck. I get it. I 100% get it. Yeah, man. I love it. Big up to Cape Esparza, man. 4-0, 5-0. We have it in us. If we can put 4 past Bayern, it was 3 past Bayern, 4 past Atletico. We can put 4 past Leverkusen. Because here's the thing. Leverkusen knows they have to score. They have to get something out of this game because they can't go back to the Emirates 0-0 or just – they need something. They have to get something out of this tie or they're out. I saw a tired team against Brighton. We are running on fumes, said Mr. Cousteau. Wouldn't surprise me if we drew or lost today. I think we looked tired versus Chelsea as well. And they had 10 men, We know that Zubi is tired. But Champions League games they're less taxing than Premier League grind. Just surely based off how Everton is going to play and set up. Because if we look at the Newcastle game versus Barcelona, Newcastle was up 1-0 and was still pushing forward to win the game. If that's a Premier League game, Eddie Howe is wasting time. He's keeping the ball. He's going to bring on an extra defender and he's going to sit. because you have to navigate Premier League versus Champions League games different because of the two legs. You know what I mean? Instead of Disney on ice, there is Spurs on ice taking the kids next week. May enjoy, man. AJ says, I completely disagree, Tyron, because respect the Spo to chase all-time greatness because you have to let the player chase. No, I understand what Spo did because now Bam knows that Spo has his back. In that regard, I understand it. But I'm saying the points were manufactured by the coach fouling the other team when you're up by 40. If you're down 40 and you're trying to get back into the game, but Greg Popovich is letting Greg Popovich probably pulls him out and sit him down and let the clock run out because Greg Popovich would probably see that as poor sportsmanship. But I get it. If Spo believes this is how he will get the best out of Bam for the playoff run, fair play. But I'm gonna go out on the limb and say you will never see this shit again, ever. So he has his name there, but we know that there is no table where Will sits and Kobe sits that Bam is gonna sit. Other than that, right? But playing ability, shot making, all time, none of that stuff. But big up to Bam. I think Bam is a terrific player. I think he is the best player on the Heat. I think he is better than Tyler Hero. Big up to man like Hendo. Big some more dappings going around. Spurs are going down. I'll be surprised if they don't go down right now. And every day, I might come on stream every day from now on and put the energy in the world because I need to see it. Need to see that man in the championship. I want to see Leicester, Tottenham in the championship. Jamie Vardy back to Leicester doing his shithousery. Hey, I watched Hull and back last night, brother. It's gonna be beautiful, beautiful, and we will cement their coffin that hey, if there's a conversation going on about the big club. If you're at Spurs, you have to be quiet. You can't participate. Arsenal are too strong in the same sentence. I think we're too strong for Leverkusen. But if we're looking at Bayern, ain't too strong for them. Because right now, if you look at Bayern Munich, you damn near have to play 180 minutes of perfect football to get by them fuckers. Fortunately for us, we won't have them for 180. We'll have them for 90 if we ever meet them, which is a good thing. And in a final, I fancy us against anybody. It's a final. It's a one-off game. I've seen us win finals where we were not the best team on the day. If anyone in here is old enough, I know the assembled is the 05 FA Cup against Man United. Brother, we left with the trophy, but we weren't good that day. We were not good on the day. United were all over us, but we left with the trophy. So final. Even when we turned up at Wembley in 2017, that was a Premier League winning Chelsea side. Big up to Brian if he's still in the house. That had Diego Costa, Hazard, all these men, world-class footballers. You beat them on the day. It's a final. So against anyone, like our chances. The problem is getting to the damn final with Mikel. You know, it's the 1 in 6. Leverkusen have 7 key players out injured. Didn't even know that. Don't be surprised if Arsenal slip on this banana skin. If they have 7, it's mad. We have to. This is you know how they have must win, and the term must win is thrown out loosely, right? There's a must win for if you're Forest on March 22nd playing a 6-pointer for Tottenham, that's a must win on the Jeopardy end of the spectrum. But then you have a must win when you're heavy favorites part of the spectrum, right? Tottenham at Liverpool this weekend is a must win for Liverpool. Not because Liverpool are going to get relegated or any kind of consequence if they don't win the game. It's a must win because Spurs are so bad that you must win the game. So, you know, the must win is not an absolute. There's some gray area there with the must win. Tonight is the must win based on the fact that we are the best team in the Champions League in the league phase. Right? We've only conceded what? 3 goals in the competition. 2 of those were to Carry It Almighty. And the other one was to Bayern. Everyone else struggled to see our net. You know, but yeah, he put up 83, man. Yeah, Wizards are ass and cheeks. The Wizards and the Pacers right now are two cheeks of the same ass. Yeah, but when you put up 22 3-point shots and your name is not Steph Curry, when you shoot 43 free throws, you best have a career night. Because his next highest scoring game was 41. So it's an anomaly. I love the delusion from Deji now clinging to conspiracy theories as to the demise of Spurs when the reasons are obvious to see. Ocam razor settings. The thing is, like, Andrew's somewhere laughing his ass off right now. But like, brother, I took a chance on 17th and flirted with relegation to deliver you man a trophy. And they sacked him for what? To get worse. You know? Cape is a Rockets fan. KD, okay, I got you, man. We can chat some NBA one day. NBA Wednesdays is back when the playoff starts on BBK Sports. So, you know, we can. I got it all day, man. Again, I'm not saying Bam will break. I'm saying someone can definitely break it with. Yes, okay, someone can break it. I could, and it's not going to be like one of the stars that break it. It could be someone like a LaMelo Ball, who gets hot one night and just hit a bunch of threes, because he is the offense for the Charlotte Hornets, right? No one will be shocked if he throws up 30 threes a game. He makes 20 of those, 60 points, right? He shoots 20 free throws, 80 points. And he has a couple of layups for another 20 points. That's 100. It can happen. But I'm here to put context to the fact that there are the 3-point league, the way the game is played now, it's easier, you know, especially if you have a mean shot. But this, yeah. So it happens. You have the license to go 7 for 23 and still jack up more shots. Did you see that one-time flick from Griezmann to Alvarez? Second, Odegaard would never even think of doing that one time for Yuck. Those are players strikers thrive on. This is a great point, G Wills. And here's the thing. You know who would try that? Ethan or a Max or Eze. These are guys who are flair players who like to create for strikers. And the Grease has been doing this for time. You know? Did he retire? I'm not sure I know a whole bunch of guys retired from international football. I don't know if he's one of them. But I would like to see him go to the cup, because he has that in him. Took his goal well. Alvarez could believe his luck. Took his the fifth goal well. It was dealing to see. Wilt was cherry picking the entire second half of that game. Come on now. See, that's the thing. There was no cameras there. We only have reports. There were only people. there was no TVs, no cameras, or anything like that. But Wilt was a boy playing against men. So AJ, I hear your point and I take it. You know, I fully understand. You know, right? What a player from your team puts up 81 and has a career now, you should be gassed, and I'm happy for you. You know, so yeah, big up to Bam. I rate Bam. I think Bam is if we had Bam instead of Mitchell Robinson in the Knicks, or I would actually trade Bam for Karl Anthony Towns. I would. But if we could add Bam and keep Cat, then we're in business. I love that. I rate Cat. Big up to Kwaja, man. And big up to my G. Big up to Jagans. Man, that's not respect. What do you mean, Jagans? What y'all tell me? Let Jah be praised while we pray for our blessings to rise. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you mean? Big you up, my G. Belly full, but them starving. Man, that's not respect. Honestly, jokes aside, I'm far, far more worried about Bodo than Leverkusen. You know what? That's a fair point, because right now, Bodo isn't afraid of anyone. They are the most fearless team in the Champions League right now. I think if Bodo, say we weren't in it, I think we'll get by Bodo, but say we were in it. Say the final or the semifinal is Bodo versus Barcelona. I think Bodo will be fearless and just play their game. They won't go to the new camp and lock up shop and try to do any of that shit. They're going to play their game. They are fearless. They're playing with house money. No one ever expected them to be here. Here they are. Did you hear Arsenal might sell Ethan to Marseille? But if we do that, if this happens, Bertha needs to hold some licks. Seriously, we can't be mortgaging the future and keep Odegaard. What we need to sell Ethan for? Sell Odegaard. You know what I'm saying? Sell him, bring Ethan back. You know, you meet your English quota. You have a better player, a younger player, the player that the fans love and adore, and all them something there. Academy graduate, yeah. Sell Odegaard. We only paid 30 something for him, right? You can get 60 something from one of the clubs because sell him. I do not want, right? I didn't want Ethan loaned out. So reading this kind of winds me up because I don't think we should. That'd be another mistake. Big up to the Toronto Gooner. Hanazan Manazan, respect, my G. Yeah, he better be kidding, man. Am I doing a watch along for the game? I am not, Yomi, and too many people do them. Sorry. Like when the Arsenal game is on and I click on my YouTube and my subscription is boom, there's not enough room on the page. Everyone does them. You know, so I like to watch the game in peace. You know, I'm gonna head down to the pub, watch it with my. I was gonna call it my mate, but it's just a random amount. There's a pocket of Brits that live in Seattle, and they all converge on this one bar in Tacoma every game day, and it's a good vibe, you know. And when the game comes on at a decent hour, because that game is kicking off at 10:45 a.m. my time, there's beer. Beer can be served because it's a weekday and it's not early. So yeah, unfortunately, no watch along. Football Rig is doing one. The Waffle Don, T. Chenzo Sports is doing one. I don't know if Bro Views is doing one. Cape is doing one. Gunner Street. So there's loads of, obviously, Captain Guns always streams. I don't think Northside does watch alongs either, but there's plenty of pickings. Now, if it comes to a point where y'all want me to do them, I'll consider it. Just for my own peace and sake, it's not something I will voluntarily do. Talking of the Wizards, I ate my mom. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit. Ooh. God damn. I had to read that before I had to stop. I've ate so much over 16 years. It's like a wizard sleeve. Hey, Jam Boy. Jam Boy be walking around. Jam Boy be on stream with Pum Pum Bread. Hey, when you're married that long, bro, you know what it is. Hey, oh my God, that's funny, Jam Boy. That's crazy, yeah. Warning. We need that kid. Lego head taking an absolute mick. He be having let me leave that alone. Clay had 37 in 9, and those were all catch and shoot, right? This wasn't foul the other team so we get extra possession. This was just we run our offense, and obviously the other guy that wears number 30 on the damn on the floor with him kind of frees up a lot of space. But catch and shoot, Clay in his prime, catch and shoot, bro, was a cheat code. You know what I mean? Child negligence, another criminal offense from Legohead. Big up to Static, my guy. Love my bro. Appreciate you being here. When Luka was coming to the league, he said it's easier to score in the NBA, and I believe him. First they call you crazy, and then they understand. But if you've been watching the game as long as we have, you know he was onto something. Because over in Europe, those guys are fundamentally sound, way younger than the American kids, because the American kids are all flair and want to dribble. There's a reason why Wemby is so fundamentally sound, so young and so big. Like Wemby is literally like KD, but he is 7'5". KD has a better shot, but in 2 years, bro, Wemby will be unplayable. In 2 years' time, when Victor Wembanyama will be scoring 40 points a game by the third quarter. Big up, Static, man. Love my guy. Big you up. Spo is arguing. Not even going to do that. AJ, I'm not. If you can. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to. Hey, Euro League rules are different. I hear it. Big up AJ, man. But AJ loves his heat. Yeah, he loves the Heat. I hate the Heat, but we both love Arsenal, so we're gonna always argue about the Heat. I don't care if he understands the win for Nani at Chelsea, but I asked about Ethan. Blunderman has ignored Ethan ever since. I need Ethan in this team, bro. We can't be mortgaging our future because the manager doesn't know how to use young talent. What are we doing? You know, someone has to step in and block that sale. You know, someone has to explain to the Kroenke, like, this kid right here could be the future of your football club and won't cost you a dime because he came from your academy. Sell him. Are you crazy? You know, keep him. You can sell him for 150 million if you develop him properly in 3-4 years. If Trossard is bad tonight, do we call it a poo-poo patch? We know what the story is about Trossard, yeah? When he comes on as a super sub, when he's hungry, he bangs. When he starts, he's off of it. And he's been off of it quite a bit this season. And, you know, we could put that down to fitness. I do believe that there are a whole bunch of guys in this team that are not fit, that are carrying stuff, and he might be one of them. Because too many games he sits down, but I don't expect him to start tonight. I think he's going to go with Saka, Eze, Martinelli, because Martinelli plays well in this competition, especially against this type of competition that is Leverkusen. I think Saliba comes back in for Gabriel, and it's Timber and Kepier and Raya. I think that's enough to get by Leverkusen, with all the respect. They were in the relegation zone, but I said they got a good win the other day, and now they're right above it, but they're hovering around the danger zone. So they're hovering in the danger zone where Tottenham are doing the same thing in the Premier League. But you know, I don't watch a lot of Championship, so I don't. The teams they fluctuate between the Championship and League One, so I just do Leicester because I know their ass is in it. Oh no, you can be Spurs and Norwich next year, you know, from Carrow Road to the toilet bowl. Yeah, that one is done. Lineups will be out soon, people. Yeah, and once I get up over here, it's straight to the pub. I might even take some photos. See if I can do a stream from there one day. Spurs think sacking Igor will save them. Very funny. I'm of the opinion that Tottenham sloppy top Spur didn't believe they were in denial. They didn't believe they were in a fully a relegation scrap, or they would have never hired this guy. So they did. They're realizing now that they're in it and it's too late. They can't course correct. Love, Brian. Big up, my bro. Hope you're good, man. Take care. And make sure you're back here later. Because the last stream, you know, the last game I did before I went to the bar, it was Wolves, and I said, hey, if we win, I won't come back on. If we lose, I have to come back on and hold corn. But I did come back on even though we won the game, right? Now, I will stream later again, right? There's Arsenal play, match reactions. There could be some meltdown. 2 streams ago, I did a thumbnail and I was asking how many of the English teams don't make it past the first round. Well, Liverpool are operating from a deficit, even though I still think they can correct. Newcastle had it in their hands. They can still technically do something at the Camp Nou. Not favorites, but they can. They made a good account of themselves yesterday. And Tottenham are already out. So it's one for sure. Arsenal better not get on that list. We must be on the Bayern side, the Atletico side, where we're comfortable knowing that the second half of the tie is damn near done. Now, Chelsea and Man City. Coin flip. Who is the favorite between City and Madrid? I don't know what the bookies are saying, but I think the PSG-Chelsea game could be the closest of the bunch. You know, I remember the FA Cup final in Cardiff where we weren't the best team, but got the trophy in 01, I believe. And that's what I'm saying. I've seen it. As of recent, we don't even have to go back far. You know what I mean? 2017 might be far to some, but that was a Premier League winning Chelsea team, and I think they were better than us. But on the day in the final, we can beat you. Bro, I think we started, Mertesacker started that damn match. And Carl Jenkinson and shit. We didn't have a great team. It's annoying. Ethan could have been playing for us right now. Odegaard are out. We have Eze and Max. Ethan would be cooking, and especially in these cup games. We're getting these good cup draws. You tell me Ethan couldn't be out there running, you know, Mansfield. We got Southampton away. Gyökeres, 210s. Give it a go. You know? I don't know what it's like to lose these days. A draw hurts. Yeah, bro. Can't draw. And this is why I'm not saying the league yet. You know? Because we draw a game, City win their game, then it's back to 2 points, and it's back in their hands. Moisey is a specialist in getting a stinky 1-1. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to come to the Emirates and do. He's not going to come and try to win this thing. If Everton comes to the Emirates and get a point on Saturday, that's a good point for Everton. Because that keeps them right in it to play European football. Everton, you know. And they're doing this without Captain Jack Grealish. And Cappy has been named Arsenal Player of the Month for February 8th. Our newsman, Kwaja, is the newsman. Big up. Yep, that last kick. Last kick. The kicker was United outplayed us and lost. My reply to that was, now you know how it feels. That one. That's the main example I use, where just get to the final. We don't have to be the better team. Don't have to be. You know what I mean? We saw Dortmund get to a final 2 years ago in the Champions League. They were not the second best team in Europe. And they gave a good account of themselves in the Champions League final against Madrid with Ian Matson and Sancho on loan and shit. They didn't have a. And if you watch Dortmund over the years, you will see that Adeyemi is the most frustrating player. Gets in such good positions. Good player, but reminds me of Nani sometimes. With his end product and his final ball and shit. You know, it's mad. But they gave a good account of themselves. Get to the damn final. Arsenal are keeping close watch on Tino. Damn, are we just about to take the whole Newcastle squad? Tino, Livramento. You know, I don't. Good player, though. He has 2 years left on his deal at the end of the season, has not shown a willingness to extend. Yeah, I think Newcastle. Oh, shit. Excuse me. I'm allergic to transfer talk. 60 million. You know, I don't think we're going to have one of those windows that we did last year, you know, especially if we get over the line. I think if we get over the line, you might see 1 or 2 signing, unless there's a mass exit from Arsenal. Unless, you know. Honestly, offered. This is a fair shout. Because I do think, yeah, Benjamin White, man. Benny Blanco. Grizzo is done for the national team. Beef with Mbappe and Didier. Really? Okay. All right. Well, the thing is, the French pool is so deep right now that they can deal with that. But that'd be nice. It'd be a nice send-off. Because I don't think he's a liability. I think there are certain senior players that are going to go with their team to the World Cup and be liabilities, CR7. But I don't think Griezmann would be a liability, bro. I think he's a World Cup winner, you know, playing for a top club, but he has tech. But I see it. Our watch along was iconic, though. 40 million views. Oh, good, man. Nah, no sorry needed, man. No sorry. This is a safe space, you know, Jam Boy. Yeah, some of the shit that we talk about here sometimes, these streams sometimes go way off the rails, you know. Rumors of Didier taking Pogba. I'm not against that either. You know, it's one of the things that I rate Pogba. I don't hide from it. I argue with United fans about brother all the time, but you know, I think he got scapegoated way too many times. I think he's a fantastic passer, man. Still the best 6, yeah. But I don't think he can play all those games though. Because I saw him is that Fenerbahce now? Saw him play the other day. He looks like his legs are gone. Not gone, but don't look like he can play 3 World Cup group stage games and then play every other game in the knockout round, you know. Spo doesn't lose that game 7 that had LeBron blocked if he was coaching the Warriors that season. I said what I said. Hey, man is standing on his. Hey, I hear you, AJ. I respect it. Stand on your opinion. You got a rational thought process to back it up, and that's all I ask for. If you're gonna have an opinion, back it up with some facts, data, statistics, or a rational train of thought. Which, hey, fair play. But I still don't think Spo is better than Kerr. But it's cool. Ethan should have started left winger all season. I think he would cook over there. I think Gyökeres would get more service. Big up, Tyra. Big up, Gianni, man. How glorious was that Atletico dancing some salsa over the Spurs? Hope all is well. Oh, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I was actually watching the Newcastle game, and every time I looked at my phone, the score changed. Now, if Everton get Conference League, David Moyes has won it before, so he's going all in for Everton. Yeah, that's a fair shout. And should they get it over Brentford, then Moyes could be candidate for Coach of the Year, right? So yeah, Moyes right now, and what's his name? Keith Andrews are candidates for Coach of the Year. But Arteta go over the line. Of course, you win the league, you're the best manager, yeah? Imagine Arteta, Coach of the Year, Premier League winner. Oh, my days. Party, But I've been told we can't celebrate. Arteta's mutant came in here yesterday. And I figured him out, yeah. Remember that mutant that came in here yesterday? The Arteta fan. That said Arteta Army match. I figured him out. It's Aaron London under his burner account. Remember Aaron London, the one that be over by the ketchup and never a foul, just talking shit to everybody that hates Arteta. That was him. That was his burner account. That's why he was able to create another one so damn quickly. He has him like pre-made. Big up, man. Big up, Karma Serene. Love, thank you for being here. Anas Amanas, big you up. We have a special big up for the ladies there. All of the woman them, big up. Big up the slimmers them with the fatty. They already know the shreps. Big up the slimmers them with the fatty. Because the slimmers them always have the fat something, the buff. Big up, my brother. Yeah, man, some more dappings going through the chat. Now, people, let me get through some more of these before I run through the predictions, Trade Odegaard for Bruno. Trade Zubimendi plus money for Sandro Tonali. Then Ben White. Oh, we're just doing a whole swap. This was all depends. Big up to man like D-Dubs, man. Manas Maji, resident Liverpool fan. You must. I told KJ and LFC Monster, like, brother, you have to do the football. You have to do football right at the weekend and put at least 4 points past Tottenham. If Eddie Howe goes at the end of the season, I think a lot of these guys will want to leave, especially if I was about to say, especially if Newcastle don't get Champions League. They're not. So there's opportunity there. So opportunities continue to present themselves for Arsenal Football Club. You have to, maximize those and try to get your squad deeper for the running, because next year we could damn near see a 5-horse race. When's the last time we seen a 5-horse race in the Premier League? Not a crazy take. Right? If I say right now the Premier League title, the top 5 teams next year will be Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Man City, in no particular order. You wouldn't argue that. Most people expect when they predict their top 5 taxes is those teams. But I'm saying next year it could be tighter between all, not 1 and 2 and then a cluster between 3 and 5, like a cluster between 1 and 5, like a 4-point separation. So we must strengthen. The games 5, 6, and 7 were lost because half the Golden State was ruined from the season from carrying injuries. What season was that, Wahaha? You man dominated the league for what? A damn 5-year period. So, and help LeBron. Iggy doesn't have a bad back. That one. That was the 2016 one. Okay. I hear you. You know what I think really happened that year? I think the Golden State Warriors in 2016 exerted too much energy breaking the record, the 73-9. I think if they 67 and 15, 65 and 17, the rest of your guys, you walk it. You walk it. Obviously, Draymond got himself suspended for Game 5, didn't he? When LeBron stepped over him and he punched him in the nuts. Remember that one? That was a part of it. That was Stephen A. Smith called it a stimulus package. So the NBA gave you a stimulus package. If Brentford get Conference League, does that prove that Thomas Frank, he was a fraud? Fraud. Big fish, small pond. He leaves and go to Tottenham with expectations. Now, as unreasonable as the expectations were, there were expectations and they were placed on his shoulders, and he couldn't handle the pressure. He couldn't. And he just essentially ruined his damn career. Now, remember there was a time when Tottenham fans were saying finishing top 4 isn't enough. You remember that? Finishing top 4, finishing second isn't enough. Brother. Now they would bite your fucking arm off to finish 16th, 17th even. They will take their finish from last year. Because that means they remain a Premier League team. You know what I'm saying? It's madness, but I'm here for it. But let's big up to D-Dubs, man. Big up, man. Honors are manners. Now, people, today, Arsenal play, Chelsea play, City play. I'm going to go for Arsenal Football Club to do a solid over Leverkusen and do a 3-0 away. Yeah? I even go as far as a soccer penalty, a set piece engineered by Declan Rice, and a Eze goal. That's what I'm rolling with. 3-0, comfortable performance in Germany. That stadium can be intimidating, you know. It's 30,000 people, but it's noisy as hell, just like that Metropolitano. Would be great atmosphere, but I think we take the sting out of the game. They will initially come on to us, but we'll do them. I have no idea about Bodo and Sporting. So when I have no idea which way it will swing, I just think it will end in a draw. This round and the next round. This one could be the only one that goes to pens. This, maybe even Barcelona. Barca and Newcastle. I can see that going to pens. Maybe Liverpool and Gala. But yeah, Sporting. Ooh. Now, PSG Chelsea. It's at the Parc des Princes. Is it not? For the first leg, because Chelsea finished as the higher seed. PSG are still the European champions, and until someone knocks them out and grab that big ears from them, it's theirs. Their pride kicks in tonight. I'm not saying near or there where they go through on the tie, but I think they win tonight. I think they have enough to beat Chelsea tonight. I think they do Chelsea 3-1. Now, the boys of Manchester, or the Blue Boys from Manchester, will travel to Madrid. And this might be a hell of a game to watch. And I big up to the FA, big up to FIFA, UEFA. They fixed this. I appreciate you putting our game on first where we can watch and then hopefully get our popcorn, put our feet up and laugh at everybody else. But I think City lose this one. I think City lose 2-1 to Madrid. Let me know in the chat what you, man, think. Am I crazy? What your thoughts are and what your predictions are as well. Where are we at? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ruined from the season. But you know what? Draymond that season, while the season was going on, was open about he wants the record. You know, and the coach allowed him to play. Hey, you want to play? Down to the wire? Go play. And I respected that. They got the record and they lose in the game 7. So they got the record and they got right there. Curry was out during the playoffs with a knee injury and they rushed him back, I think. Okay. So you're just going to write off the mighty Spurs. Yep. I'm writing them off. There was a time, you remember in 2021 when Leicester won the FA Cup. So Leicester had won the Premier League in 2016. 5 years later, they win the FA Cup. There was legitimate talk of Leicester replacing them on the Big Stick show with Turkish and them. And Fuad and Tobes, they gave it all the shit on how they were bigger and better and Leicester and all this shit. And one of the things that they had against Leicester was the relegation. Well, they're about to be in the championship with them. And I do believe if Leicester stay in the championship, if they don't go to League One and Spurs get relegated, which I expect them to, both in the championship, I think Leicester come back up before Tottenham because all the Tottenham players are going to leave. Xabi Simons, Kolomuani, Kulusevski, Madison. You think these men are staying? You think James Madison won 2 relegation on his record? Hell no. So it's done. Actually, another question. Will any team ever go over 70? No, I don't think. I think they will look at Golden State and realize that it's madness because it takes so much energy. And every team, once you start to go for that, AJ, you're going to get extra effort from other teams, right? Because there were teams that was given extra effort against Golden State because they knew once it got down to match NBA game 58, it was going to be a national televised game because the spectacle around the chase. So, and it takes a lot out of you. So I don't think even the Thunder started like 24-1 this year. They have lost like 15 games already. It's tough, man. But please like this stream, people. Big up. And we go ahead and slap Cousteau because he's trying to start an argument on the damn internet. Yep. He's already leading it. Yeah, make sure you're around for the NBA Wednesday show, my guy, because we're going to have that. I am going for a KG stinky draw tonight for the Arsenal, says Hendo is very conservative. I love Hendo's conservatism. Because even when I talk to Hendo about predictions, I damn near sound like a top gooner saying that we're going to beat these men 3-0. What I do, if it leaves my lips, I believe it, Hendo. I believe we would beat Atleti. I believe we would beat Bayern. I believe we would beat Inter. And those teams are levels above Leverkusen. Now, it is the playoffs, and I get it. Fully understand. Or the knockout rounds. Competition begins now. But I do think we have enough to get by Leverkusen. I don't expect these guys to play a good game and in the 20 if it's 0-0 at halftime, start hanging their heads. Just keep playing your game. The goals will come. We have seen this year we score 3-4 goals in a 20-minute blitz. Like we didn't dominate Atletico from minute 1 to minute 90. It was a 20-minute period. We unlocked them with a set piece, and then they had to open up a little bit. Skelly, with all that space, did him in. So patient and be professional. You know what I mean? I am from all over the world, my friend. I have lived in damn near 8 countries, and 12 states. But I am originally from. I'm Jamaican born, Brooklyn raised. Lived all over the world. Where are you from? Mohammed Farah. Ramadan Mubarak to you, my friend, and thank you for being here. Glad the algorithm found you. 2-1 to the Arsenal. 3-1 to Bodo. If Bodo, we don't want Bodo picking up a full head of steam, coming onto us in the quarters. I refuse to predict any Arsenal game with Blunderman in charge. Not even the final. It's a one-off. It's a trophy on the line be assembled on March 22nd. I'm going to drag a prediction out of you. Yeah, that's the deal. So we need 4-2 PSG. Is Dembele going to play? He came off with an injury the other day. I think if he plays, it's a problem for Chelsea because you know how Chelsea hate their center backs. Jimmy Spliff. Every time Chelsea concede, it could be Sanchez doing some fuckery. Always blame the center backs. Just like Kinski got blamed for everything yesterday. I had to go back and look. But how come no one blamed Van de Ven for his slip? Everyone was on to the goalkeeper. Well, 2 slips is worse than 1. I get it. But that second goal actually made Kinski more nervous. And that second goal wasn't his fault. That was Van de Ven. He lost his nerves. Lost his ball. 3-1 to City, says Quadra. 2-1 City. You meant just want City to go through because you want them to keep playing for the title running. I hear it. A little reverse psychology there. I'll take Kudus. I would too. I definitely take Kudus. I know Kudus and Conor Gallagher are looking at themselves right now like, what the hell did I just do with my career? And them men better be talking to their agents. Their lawyers, their attorneys, going over their contract with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that there's a relegation clause in there so they can bounce. Things is when you get a hot start, every team will go full in, all guns blazing, literally playing playoff to stop you from getting the record. So yeah, once the team gets to like 30, 28-2, ESPN starts to run the narrative, and then yeah, you're getting Indiana Pacers at 15 and they're winless, or the Wizards are 1-10 and they're giving you a game. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult to do, AJ. VBK Sports at my age. Been there, seen it, got the t-shirt when it comes to Arsenal, and I'm gonna keep on living and I'm gonna get there with you. And Hendo, this is what I still haven't predicted the league. The catch-up came over here the other day. What percentage? He said 90. He said it's done. Turkey said it's done. My bro, the Waffle Don, said we're winning every game from now on. And I'm like, 49%, 49.9. I'm not even 50-50. Because we draw with Everton, and this is just a scenario. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we're one draw and them winning away from it still being a 2-point lead. should they win their game in hand. So football comes at you quickly. So I hear it. Very difficult. 2-0 to the Arsenal. If Bodo make the final and don't play Bayern Munich, they could win it. Nah, that's Cinderella story. We have to put an end to that. If Bodo gets to the final, that means we have shat the bed. I totally sympathize. All I can do is predict a cowardly horseshoe. It's difficult, man. Van de Ven is shit, says Red Skull. Hey, the assembled. I hear you, my G. No pressure. No pressure. You know, if I didn't value your opinion or your prediction or your thoughts, I wouldn't ask it. But I'm gonna drag a prediction out of you for the preview for the final. Yeah, that's the deal. Van de Ven is shit, and he's fast, and his speed gets him out of trouble a lot of times. You know, he has good recovery speed in that. But yeah, I don't think he's this top. But brother, it was but 2 years ago when these men were doing a combined 11 and put a Tottenham back 5. Well, we were willing to concede left back to Udogi because he had a good spell, and we had Zinchenko. These men was like, no, Vicario is better than Raya. He's and Pedro Porro is better than Van de Ven. Nah, bro. Without pace, yep, this is it. Gets him out of trouble, Quadra. Without his pace, dead out here. Dembele came on their last game, Friday versus Monaco. Okay, yeah, it's good. Conor Gallagher would be good in the chat. He fits that mold. What confuses me is that Atletico let him go because it seems like the type of player that Simeone loves. Heavy metal, runs everywhere, will run through a brick wall for you, like Gabby and Koke used to do. Difference is those guys had tech. Conor Gallagher he need to take his ass back to Palace. That's where he cooked. You know, he go to Palace. You know, we get Adam Morton, and then he goes and fill the void that Morton left there. I'm here for it. But yeah, he's fast, man. But that is it. Depends on his speed, and he turned into Slippy V yesterday. Slippy Mickey. Win the League Cup final, I would say Prem won, lost it. We are in big trouble. I think if we win the League Cup, win or lose the League Cup, these guys better have the mental fortitude to not let that affect the next result. AJ says 3-1 Arsenal, 3-1 PSG, 3-1 Bodo. Oh, 3-1 across the board, I might put a tenner on that. 3-1 Leverkusen, says Jam Boy. I hear it. They mean business. Yesterday's stream, I went full on compliment mode for Bayern. Natsa was right. Defensively overrated. Yeah, I agree with Natsa. I've said that for time as well. Big up Natsa, by the way. Was Spurs issued with you know what? Going to Anfield, I think what's his name got himself suspended. Not suspended. The concussion thing might be a thing, and they don't get to play this weekend. So they're already missing Van de Ven because he is suspended with a red, and they could be missing Romero with and Paulinho with head injuries. Yeah, I can't wait for this shit. This could be a great weekend of football, a great week of midweek fixtures, and it could be even better on the weekend. 3-1 to the Arsenal. I hear it. Yeah, this guy, red card waiting to happen, man. I can see him going to Atletico as well. He seems like the type of defender that Simeone likes. I would much rather be playing Sporting if we get. I agree. This I agree with. We have 60-something people locked in. People, what's the like? What we doing? Thank everyone for being here. This is a great Wednesday of football. Now I'm all smiles now. Before the game later on could be a completely different story. Lineup will be out soon. I don't think Brother Rashid is doing the lineup show today, so that's calm. But regardless of who we put on the pitch today, we must end this tie. End the tie today and give us the best opportunity to rotate the squad for next week's fixture going into the final. March will leave a real sour taste if we leave March without a trophy. Have to. That boy, are you sipping from the Arteta Kool-Aid cup? Nah, we believe that in spite of the the speed bumps, the hurdles, and the shackles, you can win in spite of. Like, Hendo, I'm sure you've had like a shit boss, a shit supervisor, a shit leader somewhere at some point. But the team had enough talent to win in spite and get the job done in spite of poor leadership, poor tactics, poor this, poor whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've had shit commanders. I've said that. Now, the shit commanders that I've watched, never watched sports, they will never come across this. But I had a commander named Peter Angel. This motherfucker was the worst soldier in the history of armies. Not just the U.S. Army, but every fucking army. That's a shit human being, a pussy oil. You know what I mean? If I see that motherfucker right now, man, I swear I slap the shit out of him.
No shot now this blood clot. No.
No shot in this blood clot. No. If I ever see that motherfucker again, yeah? I'm cursing a lot this morning. But I believe this group of players have enough to get by Leverkusen, regardless of what the circumstances are. You know, so this will be one of the games where at 90 minutes, I'm not even looking at Mikel. I see PSG, they're walking out with the damn Champions League right now. The owner, Luis Enrique, and Marquinhos holding it. Damn, that shit look good. That shit shiny than a motherfucker. Looks like it reflects light. My apologies. Yeah, they might bring out a wicked tifo tonight in France. Need to take my ass back to Europe to live. Not gonna lie. But enough. The team has enough to get the job done in spite of. So I won't even look at Mikel today. I look at unless he does some craziness with the lineup, with the subs and the tactics. But the players have enough. Big up to Sammy. See, Sammy, I think I said Sammy earlier. Why I'm not doing a watch along, because you know there's enough watch alongs going around for everyone to catch some. So I won't be doing one. If we get either West Ham or Leeds in the FA, yeah, that's what I want. Hey, give us West Ham or Leeds, Chelsea versus Liverpool or City. Now, in the event that Port Vale knock out Chelsea, I want Port Vale in the final. That means we'd have to play Liverpool or City in the semis, and I'm not sure I want that. Yep, he was playing well under him, and I think there was a Chelsea and Palace had a cup game, and he was cupped out or couldn't play against the parent club, and Chelsea refused to let him play, and they had beaten Palace, but he did play well there under Patrick, and then Patrick got sacked, and the rest of it was not good. Yeah, man. Come on, people. What we doing with the likes? Don't let me. To people, I tell you, you can't give me a reason to play the notorious B.I.G. Come on with the likes, people. Come on, motherfuckers.
Come on, motherfuckers. Come on. Come on, motherfuckers.
But I know what it is, man. I know the legends, the regulars, the supporters of the channel, the diehard supporters have came through and hit the likes. People pass through occasionally. You know, the algorithm send it to people. They have a glimpse. They're not sure if they like it, so they'll come back next week, and if they like, they'll stick around. But you know what I'm saying? It's cool. We build it as we fly it. You know what I mean? We build it as we fly it, my G. Sammy going 3-1. I'm not giving these men a goal, man. Clean sheet FC back on our shit. Yeah. Darren said, I'm not confident about a win today. A draw at best. Yo, hey, brother. We're winning today. Even I believe we're winning today. I will take any win tonight. No, I want a win that ends the tie, man. I don't want another squeaky game next week at the Emirates going into a final. Because if it's a small margin today, and you give Leverkusen hope, and they have something to play for next week, they are going to give us a game. And I don't want to be looking shaky in a game 3 days from a final. So if we end this today, we rotate next week. No one will care if we lose that game or have a shit one. Kind of like 7-1 at PSV. And then a 2-2 at the whatever. Draw 2-2 was 9-3 in the end. But we won't care because we know there was heavy rotation and all the big hitters are on the bench because we're through. That's what I'm saying. I'm stepping away from the tree and I'm looking at the forest. I'm stepping away from this fixture and I'm looking at the trophy that we need to win in 1 week's time. Or what's today? The 10th? Today's the 11th. The trophy that we need to win in 11 days. This plays a part in it. Today's performance will help us win the trophy. You know what I mean? Big up D-Dubs, man. I'm moving back to Spain. I miss the steak and sangria. I love Spain, man. Spain was good to me when I was there, when I was in Europe. But I hear it. 63% win probability. That's not high, you know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like them odds, Sammy. Smash the like, people. Smash up the thing, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Now, we've been great in the CL this season. Leverkusen will have to open up and try to win because they think they can draw. Yeah, they know they can't come to the Emirates and win, or they know it's not a high probability of them coming to the Emirates and win. And Sheldon is back, like you forgot your keys, like you forgot your weed. Dig you up. Appreciate you, man. Like Alex Ferguson said, it's squeaky bum time. I'm a nervous wreck on the streets. Squeaky bum. Yeah, and you're on a 16. Think it's squeaky bum in the league, you know. And I think we get by Everton at the weekend, and after we get back from the international break, it's past squeaky bum at that point, you know. It's bad. Question: how many injuries have Arsenal picked up in the Champions League? I'm not sure. Quadra, you tracking that? AJ, you tracking the injuries? Because you know what, at this point, when you start the season with a strong as big as we had, the injuries seems to be like this, and they're all muscular and shit. They're not. It seems they're self-inflicted by our training methods and the amount of minutes and the lack of rotation. Because when Saliba rolled his ankle at Anfield, okay, you roll your ankle. We've played football. You're gonna roll your ankle. If you've never rolled your ankle, you've never played football, right? That type of shit happens. When Odegaard fell on his shoulder, clumsy, but it happens, right? These muscular injuries that occur in training all the damn time is of grave concern. Duty of care for your players. You know what I mean? But we went from the biggest, strongest squad in September to having to start Christian Norgard at center back in December in one of the games because all of our damn defenders were either injured or suspended. But we've navigated December. We've navigated January, February. Now, you know, it's sabotage March. And we stay top in March. We move forward in April after the international break with, 6 games to the Premier League title between us and the Premier League title. It's kind of a good place to be. But if you put the league table in just a vacuum, and you see we're 7 points clear with them having a game in hand. But the vacuum will completely won't talk about the opportunities that we had to pull away. And we did have the opportunities. You know what I mean? So it's like when people dismiss the whole context of the 83 points for BAM. Let's not dismiss the whole context like this league shouldn't be done. We let Man City back in this fucking Premier League race. There shouldn't be a race. That we should be more worried about the league title, the Champions League, and the FA Cup than we should be more worried about the League Cup, I meant. The Champions League and the FA Cup more than we are worried about the Premier League. We should be 9 points clear even without a game in hand. 11. If we're being completely honest, the opportunities were there. We fucked them. You know, I think 1, if I recall correctly. I hear that. Yeah, brother. The thing is that even if you look at Leverkusen's home record in the Champions League, I think they won 1 game there. 1. I think they won more games away from their stadium than they did. So they're not a great team. So we must. I rolled my ankle. You better. In training, not that much. Better. I roll my ankle going up the stairs sometimes. You know, and we're playing on pitches. When we play football, we're not playing on these perfectly manicured lawns that most of these Premier League players play on. I'm not talking about those Mansfield and Port Vale pitches. I'm talking about the carpets. And we still roll our ankle. So these men, you know, they're well taken care of. We need to put we need to win the first leg. Put me down for 4-1. Hey, a tentative 4-1. I hear it. So the injuries are between the Champions League fixture and the next Champions League games are extremely peculiar, but they are fit for the Champions League games. At this point, the assembled, I don't think any of the guys are fit. 100%. Maybe Raya. Maybe Raya is 100%. Everyone at this point is carrying something. They're carrying a knock. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with my 3-0 still. It's 3-0. I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna roll with that. 2-2, 3-1 PSG, and 2-1 City. And we'll be back later to revisit it. Lineup is out. Kaja, can you drop it in? Can you drop it in for the people? Jam Boy going 3-1, 2-2. I like that 2-2 for Madrid and City, you know. Yeah. Give City something to think about next week. I like that. I like that. 2-0 to PSG. Arsenal are the walking wounded. Raya Timber. Yeah, I knew Saliba would be back. See, we know this stuff, yeah? And Capier. Rice Zubimendi. We know that's his default midfield, go-to midfield. Eza, Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres. It's exactly what we said earlier it would be. Not a missing. And Arteta is the coach. Yeah. To Bodo Sporting. Bodo, you know. Bodo. Exact. Yeah, Ramboy. Spot on. Arsenal subs. Kepa, Ranson. Who the hell is Ranson? I'm not even going to pretend. Benny Blanco's fit for the bench. Gabriel J, Norgard, Madueke, Havertz, Donkey Kai versus his former team. Kai has to score today, yeah. So I might even go 4-0. People talking. It's Nketiah going back versus former team. That's Havertz's former team, right? This is what got him sold. This team hyped him up and priced him up. He knows that ground, yeah. Calafiori, Skelly, Dauman, Salmon. So you see the subs bench, Quaja? I want these guys that's starting to perform so well tonight that these guys that are subs start next week. Yes. Do that. Do the damn thing. He's going for it. They make new boots makes for rolling. You know what? I don't like those ones with the that come up all the way up to your ankles. I like when my ankles feel free. You know, I don't like to feel constricted in my cleats. So I don't really like it. So the only cleats that I wear, bro, are Adidas Predators. Those are my shit. Now, if there's a retro store out there that anyone knows where I can go buy some Diodoras, the old school Diodoras with real leather, or the Umbros, or some old school Pumas, let me know where the link is and I'll go support that. But yeah, I'm rolling. I wear Adidas Predators because I think they're fantastic. And they use good leather. And when you're playing in the sun, they don't get as hot on your feet as, you know, some of these synthetic leather or plastic that they use for like the Nikes. You know, yeah, man, big up Quadra, big up for that. I wouldn't have played Saliba. I knew he would. Maybe he's taking that Mascara mistake versus Port Vale too lightly. And the thing with Mascara is you can't put Mascara as the leader of your back line. If he's next to Saliba or Gabriel, he'll perform well. But if you make him the senior center back or make him anchor the back, you'll have problems. He hasn't developed that yet. You know, some guys have that innately or naturally. Some guys develop. I think Mascara is one of those guys who will have to play alongside a really good center back to develop those habits and those, you know, little nuances of the game. But yeah, I agree with Jam Boy. But you know, he's gonna play him. If Saliba aggravates his ankle, he misses the final. Ooh, I hear it. Have pretty much all makes there. Really? Oh, this is the Pro Direct Soccer. God damn, let me write that down. Wahaha. And I hate that damn word because when I was in Germany, you know, Adidas headquarters is in Nuremberg, which was like 20 minutes from my house. They had an entire outlet, so I used to buy all my cleats there. So when I was leaving Germany, I bought like 6 of them. You know, so I still have very good cleats that I need to kick about. But when those go, you know, I want to go. I used to love the old school Diodoras, man. I think those are great. But yeah, this is something to think about. I knew he was injured. DJT will welcome Iran at the World Cup, Infantino. That's going to be a problem. You know what? That game is right here in Seattle. They play Egypt in Seattle on June 29th. Guess who ain't going to that motherfucker? This guy. Me in a crowded space. Soft target. That's what we call a crowded space. When you're unarmed in that. So it's a crowded, it's a soft target. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. What's the protocol if they don't let Iran in the damn World Cup? When you run a global entity, there are protocols for all these things. If Infantino dropped dead today, who would take over? If the second in command and the first is not available, who is in charge? That type of shit. But protocol for World Cup and your major tournaments, when one team, right? Because Russia got sanctioned and couldn't. Yeah, they sanctioned that because they had protocols for that because they started the damn conflict. So I don't know what they're gonna do about this crazy shit, but it's a problem. Problem created by, said Trump. Jamboy is why this is why Blunderman is thinking without common sense and making stupid decision. If Saliba gets injured, he has no cover. Cover will be Mascara. But if his attempt is to kill the tie off in the first leg, fair play. I'm sorry, I just saw Tottenham ticker go cost. I thought Tudor was sacked, but it doesn't look like he is sacked yet. I don't know what. If they take that brother to Anfield, it's going to be a bloodbath. So I hope they sack him after Anfield, not before. Are you booking tickets to? I'm waiting for Jamaica to qualify first. Because if the Reggae Boys qualify, I'm going to all their games. Right? All three of those games and some other ones. But those tickets are going to be expensive, and I'm sorry, I'm paying it. I've held my hands up before and said I'm a part of the problem with football and the money and shit, because there is no way that Jamaica is going to make the World Cup and I don't go. I don't care if the tickets are $600-700. I'm buying. I'm going to close my eyes and swipe that shit. So yeah, I'm a part of the problem, but I'm not going to another ticket. I'm not booking any ticket to anybody until I know that my team qualified, because that's the priority. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Excuse me, people, sniffing a bit. When I realized Mouzinho fits me to a T, I only bought stuff from there because I couldn't find them in country. I appreciate that, Wahaha. Community is goated, you know. I prefer Mascara to play the next two games and versus Everton and give Saliba a run out in the second leg. Yeah, just to get his fitness back. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Val Sport, beautiful football boot. Never played in that. My first pair of football boots was them old black Umbros. Do you remember those? That could hardly bend. The leather was so damn hard, man. But then the Deodoras became my new favorite because, you know, R9 used to wear them. So Jamaica not qualify for nothing. There's a slither of hope. But bond on the old federation. Like, if they expanded the damn tournament to 48 teams and we still can't make that, oh my God, man. Heartbreak, you know. We're probably going to see Nani on the left. I don't mind it. Well, no, I do mind it. And this is why they don't cause a loan 10 alone. Like a job. Because, you know, I think the group that we could possibly in has Portugal and France in it. So we're definitely going to get punched up in one of them. But I appreciate that, Wahaha. Definitely, man. I'm gonna go check those out as soon as I get up out here. The Predator accelerators in '98 were fire. The ones they make now aren't as pretty as they aren't as good as the one back then, but they look good to the motherfucker. They look really nice. And you know, the width fits me better than the Nikes. Like the Nikes squeeze my damn feet. It's a side I get butt up. Yeah, I fully don't expect anything from him. But as a person who's lived football, breathed football for 30-something years, right? I don't want to die saying I didn't watch my country play in the World Cup or my team play in the World Cup. I want that. Like, you British men see your team in the World Cup week in, week out, year in, every 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go to France in 98. I was a kid. So I need this for personal satisfaction. This is on my bucket list. I can die in peace. If I've seen Arsenal win the Premier League, see my country in the World Cup, or see Arsenal win the Champions League are the only things left in football that I need to see. So I'm sure you can empathize with that. Yeah. Puma Kings were big back in the day. Yeah, man. Puma Diadora Umbro. We're missing. Which other brand are we missing that used to in the 90s, especially in Serie A? Because in the 90s, Serie A was it. That's why the Italian Diodora brand was so damn popular. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Preds fan. My go-to these days are the laceless. I need laces still. I don't trust the Velcro. My favorites are the all-time Preds. Chad is goated. I'm still waiting on Puerto Rico to qualify. I'll be wet right out. Jamaica qualify for the World Cup right out. I might shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? I might be like Shane Goon on stream after we made the final. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I need them to get a fixture right here in Seattle. If not, I'll be going there. That's when I won't care about the damn crowd and none of that shit. Kill me in here. British Knight, BK Special. Listen, Dal is an underground king, Lotto, Bombaras Clad. Yes. That's an Asian himself, Hey, brother, see there? Memory lane, the Sunday of them. Anna's Dal with the kangaroos, This is tough shit, man. The best version of King, in my opinion, was the most memorable Puma boot in the 82 World Cup. Jamboy said he was 2. So Jamboy World Cup knowledge started back in the 1990 when it was at West Germany. I wanted Puma King's boots still carry a lot of weight, for those who know. 100%, man. Reeboks with their chunky ass boots. I never wore the Latos, but Wally Palato boots were on the playground. Yeah, because back in Jamaica, we played football. There was no grass. Well, at least Spanish Town, our country. There was no grass, bro. It was dirt. So those Diodoras and those Latos, Umbros, those cleats, they had to endure the country and the heat. And when you get kicked, someone in a pair of Lottos and Umbros run up and kick you on the shin, bro, because, we didn't play in shin guards. That shit used to sting like a motherfucker. The red ones, yeah? Hey, I hear it. Big up to DJ. Love DJ. I know DJ's doing is it the midweek mingle today? So it's going to be a blaze over there, people. Because DJ's doing the midweek mingle. Arsenal are playing. Hopefully he's in a good mood. So make sure that you are subbed to DJ. If you're not subbed to DJ, I don't know what you're doing. Big up, guys. Arsenal win the Champions League. England win World Cup. Spurs relegated. I give up football. Nothing will stop any of this. Hey, World Cup boots are the best. I have a soft spot for the Diodoras in the 90s, DJ. And I just can't. I'd be faking it if I say I did. I loved another cleat more than I love them. But now, I'm modern day. I'm just running around in Preds because they're light and the leather is good. Indoors, only wear those indoors, not great. For indoors, I prefer Puma for indoors. No, Euro 96 is when I really got into football. Okay, Euro 96, yeah. Remember Zidane tearing up 96, And World Cup 98, Zidane tore that up too. Big up, man. 90s Nike's 5-a-side indoor best ever. Pass and move. That's where we in Jamaica now we call it knock-ins. That's where the knock-ins used to be at its highest. You know what I mean? Because some indoor parks would allow you to use the damn, the edges as an extra man. I don't know. Some didn't, but some of like we used to play in the hockey ring. The field is the field. If it touches the right, good times, It said 90s, yeah. Look at the 90s babies. The 90s babies, You'll have your own story to tell in due time, my guy. Views and Normski will be live. Okay, cool. Appreciate that, Kwaja. What we got? I had a pair of lottos in high school. Oh, you mean? Goalkeeper gloves, you know. Rambo, you a goalie? Where you goalie? That's cool. The finger savers. You had Deodoras. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Dal, they were dope as fuck, man. The Puma turf. Yep. Puma turfs. Right. Me used to wear Puma turf go school. And, you know, St. Catherine High School had a black shoe policy. I bought some Puma turf. My mom gave me money to go buy my school shoes. Brother, I went and bought the Puma turf with the white. I go to school. The head principal was like, get the fuck up. I had to go home and get it. Couldn't even go home. I had to go get a Sharpie to color out the white. I wore Puma like regular school shoes. Umbro and Reebok, not for me. Fair play. Dre Max or Dre MN says, what's your prediction for today's game, fam? Brother, big up to you, man. Glad the algorithm found you. I'm going 3-0 to the Arsenal. I'm going 2-2 for the other game. 3-1 PSG and 2-1 Madrid. But for our game, I think we do a professional performance tonight. And by professional, I'm not talking about beautiful football and none of that shit. I'm just, you know, I just think we have enough to get by them. Because I think Leverkusen are poor. They have one home win in the Champions League. The lineup is out, my G, and that's what it looks like. Flybree. Someone was asking if the lineups are out yet. I know I just saw that. Yep. So Flybree, there's your lineup. Pretty much what we had predicted. I had them Adidas ankle ones for AstroTurf. Or okay. Yeah, not bad either. Gola was my first ever boots. Hey, listen, we've come from a long way of football, you know. To see these names in the first ones to now, you can when you send your son or your daughter out to go play now for the first time, they're fully protected and fully kitted up. We just got whatever the hell we got, you know. I didn't wear Patrick's. Well, Puma Kings though, man. Puma Kings and Preds. Oh my shit. All about them APs. We came from a long way, man. Adidas was never a capital. Remember that. Yeah, man. But yeah, you found yours, and once I found Preds, yeah, there was no looking back for me. I was like, okay, unless I can find some Deodoras that fit me better than this, I'm here for it. That lineup gets us a win today. Yeah. Oh, damn. This. I used to always fuck up the pronunciation for Maita. But yeah, I remember that. And those were durable. These were known for being durable. You could keep those for 5 years, playing 2-3 times a week. The lineup will get us a win today. You know what? I need the win to be a certain amount. I don't want a 1-0 going back to the Emirates now, because a 1-0 doesn't give us the opportunity to rotate next week. We need that opportunity, right? Because I don't think the Man City, Chelsea, the City Madrid game, I don't think it will be a wide margin. So City have a tough game next week, we'll assume, even though they're at home. Yeah, it's Madrid turning up, so you got to minimize your rotation there. But for us, yeah, we need at least a 2-goal cushion. Optimum 3, 4 bonus. Title done. You know, joins only where okay. You said you and Wahaha got that in common, you know. Yeah, but yeah, they made the footballs too, man. So you had to get the whole kit. Sometimes you could only get what you could afford. That was it for me back in the day. Whatever them sent from foreign, or whatever you could afford on a half a tree, that's what you got. Yep. At the time when you were, you know, and that's usually the time where we fall in love with football, you know. And we fall in. You see the football that we fall in love with to the football that we watch now. And, you know, day by day, you look back, not much changes, but you look back 20 years and everything is different. Because if I told you football was going to be what it is now, when we were kicking ball about, you would say we're crazy, innit? It's a tier above every boot brand, super soft and comfy leather. Once the ACL heal, I might check those out. But listen, I got so many that I haven't kicked in a while that I wear whatever trainer is a bargain to buy at the time. I'm gonna write this down too. Goddamn, I'm gonna write this right down next to the Pro Direct. What is it? AdcoDeals.com. I'm telling you, the chat is goated. You might be saving my damn shins. He said it's well-made shit. Let's get a piece of turd and polish it up and call it some cleats, yeah? My first were Payless. Right, a Payless, don't turn your nose up at Payless. But you know how much shit that I used to buy for chicks at Payless and put it in a different box? That was the trick. You just can't, if you're going to buy something for Payless for a chick for her birthday or whatever, you just have to change the box. Because Payless makes some nice shit. But if you know you bought that shit at Payless, you ain't getting no cheeks. You remember them ones? Yeah, their styles are perfect for me too, man. I'm going to tell my wife that. Those were the days when choice wasn't an option. Yeah. Choice were a privilege for the rich kids. Like I grew up at St. Catherine, Jamaica. Like kids would go foreign for the summer, and then they go to England and London and the USA and Canada and come back, and they bring down all this. Like if you're just a regular ghetto youth, hey, whatever you play, whatever you got, you got. Option wasn't always a beautiful thing. Yeah. Which is, like baseball players have a completely different set of muscle groups that they work in different movements. So what that tells me, if they design it for baseball, that means they're really strong on the ankle. I said earlier that I like when my ankles are free. That's why I don't wear the ones with the brace over the ankle. Maybe it's a mental thing. I just feel like, restricted, and it limits my movement a bit. At least in my head it does. I have a nice pair of new Nike Alpha trainers. Hey. Go ahead. Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna check those out, man. I'm gonna check them out right after I get off here in a couple of minutes. The Mercurials. Now that's Nike. They look good. They look really good, especially they have the big check mark right down by where you strike the ball at, right? I like the exotic colors. They make those in like some bright orange and shit like that, but they're too wide. My feet wobble in them. Like if I buy a size 10 Mercurial and a size 10 Predator, they fit me differently. That's why I don't like them. And I think they use cheap leather on them motherfuckers because they get real hot. Because like on the American field, it's turf a lot of times. It's not grass. So the June, July sun in Oklahoma is beating down on the turf. You can sometimes see the damn heat rise off the damn shit. So it's really hot. And then you go put your foot and that fake ass leather, the shit that's trap the heat and burn your damn toes up, man. That's why you be seeing players be pouring water on their damn boots all the time when they play. And you're going to see this summer because the games that are in Texas and Atlanta, brother, it's hot as hell in Texas and Atlanta in June. So the mandatory water breaks and shit, you're going to see more of that. I only wear Nike trainer sneakers. I love them. And they're very comfortable, but they're more Mercurial cleats. I don't fucking like them at all. To be fair, I only buy limited edition full price within reason. I never buy the new product retail prices. That's missed. Yeah, that's a terrible. Yep. Yeah, go buy the clearance rack because it's the same damn cleat. It just didn't sell. Yep, 100. And this is the thing. When Messi is going to go with Argentina, yeah? He's going to go. Whatever cleat he put on, because he wears Adidas, yeah? I think he wears Adidas. Whatever Adidas he wears, and they put that shit in the store, $200. And people are going to buy it. Whatever Mbappe wears for France's first game, people are going to run out and buy it. Buy that shit when the World Cup is over. For 70% off the markup. I won't spend more than £50. Yeah, and you can, the same one that's £150 in 2 months, 50, 100. Uh, yeah, I love this chat, man. Chat is goated, you know. Yes, keep smashing them likes, people. Smash the fucking likes, guys. For American football, I wear the Under Armour eye tops. You know what? I play my regular cleats, because I run the routes the same way, you know. Yeah, and we don't play tackle. I know you're playing tackle, so you need that ankle support. What about hot? I've never heard of that one, Dal. I'm gonna check that shit out as well. They're very light, but that cheap ass leather traps the heat so much, man. My damn feet be feeling like they're on fire. Because I had I'm like predators. Let me try this Mercurial because they look good. I'm not gonna lie, they look real damn good. And then you go try something else and realize you don't like it. But I'm not gonna throw them away. You know what I mean? I've never thrown a pair of cleats away. You know, I use sometimes when I go home, when I go back to the island, you know, I just take it to the soccer field. I play it and then I just leave it with one of the dogs, one of my friends, or hey, this is yours, man. You can play in this. But my feet get too damn hot, man. Yeah, foot narrow. Leverkusen. Who's their striker? What was his name? Who's their is it Kofan? I think he's their danger man, you know? That mean you didn't play Manning Cup, my G, because I played Da Costa. See, I left St. Catherine High when I was 15. You know, so I wasn't the Manning Cup side. I wasn't good enough to make that team because they had some ballers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I played Da Costa Cup, but not Manning Cup. It's that Pun Rai, hot lad. Right, get all the pum pum. Big up, me brother. I'm glad the algorithm found you. Yeah, man, the Mercurials are better for you. And you find your feet, you know, like what Haha said, he found this. And once he found it, ain't looking back. Yeah. I go for the blackouts if I can. No, none of those pink purple like Nike advertised. Yeah, the colors are exotic, like neon green, and they look good. They look good, man. But it's the Predators for me. Right now, I have some green and black Predators in the garage. That is my go-to cleat. I even had a pair of white ones that I've never played in yet. Big up to Blacks. Smoking that German pack today. Leverkusen style. You know what I'm saying? Those Nike boots are like we're running in spikes. I've seen a kid get injured and damn, brother. That is wild, you know. But big up to everyone, man. We're coming up on 2 hours now. I think the lineup is out. I have to get on down to the pub. So I'm going to love you and leave you. It's manners and respect every single time. I will say real leather in the heat is tough work, though. You guys that buy a perfect boot, you know, your feet dying in the heat. Cold water on them, man. Play cold water on them motherfuckers. Well, manners and respect to every single one of you people. It's love. I'm going to go, 3-0 to the Arsenal. That's what I'm rolling with. That's the minimum today. I would be upset if we concede against these, man. But it's love, people. Hit the like on your way out. Watch on the watch back if you care. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
And them should know well, gal them of the face, gal them of the figure, remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She's so precious like a gold and I'm a treasure. Who are they together? Gal them of the face, and them of the figure, remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She more precious than the diamond in my treasure. And then me say the gal deem me body tense. Them look like some Lexus, some Beamer and some Benz. A good body gal me want to feature me ends. Look like some boy need some contact lens. Boy them chase the gal a while of them me a defend. Well a woman is a moose and no pretend me a pretend. Boy I act like star gal a ox from when. Styling up the gal some way as can tell. Muggle with the shape make the punk head swell. Gal them no stoop low, them never yet sell. The killer say, who know the pop star Michelle or myself.